What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the Manchester City transfer update, giving you all the latest ins, outs and contract news with Manchester City. Before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell to put your push notifications on. I am aiming for 6,000 subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. At the time of recording this video, we're now less than 140 subscribers away, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Don't forget, we're doing daily Manchester City transfer updates when the transfer window does eventually open for the summer transfer window. You can check out my social media links too. They're in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and search for me, and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, in particular the transfer updates and the ones coming throughout the summer transfer window. Don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below and leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with this video and start off with the ins. We're going to start off with a player that I've not mentioned for a few transfer updates. Comes in the form of Tiago Almeida. He's back in the news. The Velez Sarsfield 19-year-old midfielder. Apparently he's been lined up by Manchester City according to The Sun, and Manchester City in the long term see him as a replacement for David Silva. Manchester United, of course, they're also being linked with the Argentinian, so we're just waiting to see if there's going to be more clarification on this transfer update. At the moment in time, though, we know City are interested, but it goes no further than interest. If it does, I'll be the first to let you know. So look, we're going to move on instead and speak about Nelson Semedo. Now, there was some rumours going around last week that sources close to Barcelona were saying that Juventus were very close. In fact, there was even reporting last weekend that Nelson Semedo was going to sign for Juventus. That wasn't the case. According to sources close to Barcelona, though, they were saying that Semedo, he was closing in on a move to Juventus. I was just wondering, if that does happen, where does this leave Martinez going to Barcelona? Where does this leave Joao Cancelo's future at Manchester City? Where does this leave lots of little domino effects in terms of the transfer market? So, to me, it doesn't really make sense. Barcelona seem more keen to swap Semedo for another player, because obviously they're trying to play things tight with regards to their transfers because of the pandemic and everything that's happened, of course. So clubs aren't going to be spending as much money as what they were probably hoping to spend in the summer, and so it'd make more sense if Barcelona were looking to make quality additions to their squad, that they could use their current squad players that they do not want to swap them instead. They could sell them as well, but Barcelona seem, at this moment in time anyway, very keen on swapping players. So Semedo's been linked with Ndombele, swap with Tottenham Hotspur. He's obviously been linked with Manchester City. He's been linked with Inter Milan too. So where next? But we've had another update just from yesterday, and there was some word from England. They were reporting in the Mirror that Manchester City, they are indeed working on a deal to try and sign Nelson Semedo and bring him to Manchester City. It would be a swap deal involving Joao Cancelo going to Barcelona and Semedo coming to Manchester City. It's been reported in the Mirror that Pep wants quality, and let's put some emphasis on quality competition for Kyle Walker. Now, I like Joao Cancelo. I think he's a good player. We haven't seen all that he can offer at Manchester City, and I do always like to say that when we sign players, give them at least 2 seasons to see what they can do before you start to assess their future. Now, it seems City are keen on this swap. Apparently Semedo, according to Barcelona fans, not too brilliant at right back, but he has been playing left back at points too. Apparently he's better at left back than right back, so maybe City won't go after a left back in the summer, and will instead use Semedo to be able to be versatile, play in competition for Kyle Walker at the right. Can also provide competition at left back too. So we'll wait and see, but it's the first time we've had word from England that City are indeed working on a deal with regards to Nelson Semedo. Just like Tiago Almeida, I'll be the first to bring you any updates when there are developments. Now, moving on, Facundo Pellistri of Uruguay, an update on him. Now, he's a winger, plays for Penarol. Newcastle United apparently are keen on bringing him in, but Manchester City, they're leading the chase. Apparently, though, Penarol, they want $12 million US, so we're roughly looking at around £10 million. Apparently, Man City, though, they're wanting to use the current economic climate with what's happening with the pandemic to be able to get him for less. So we're waiting for an update with regards to another quality young player potentially coming to Manchester City. Now, we've got a new name. Comes in the form of Cody Drameh of Fulham. He's an 18-year-old right back. Apparently, Liverpool are also keen. Apparently, he's got he's a very good prospect. And it seems that City at this moment in time, when targeting young players, are either looking at wingers or looking at right and left back. So it seems City are trying to identify through their academy where potential areas for weakness could come into development over the next 2 or 3 seasons. So these players that are 16, 17, 18 years old, once they've had a couple of years under their belt in the academy, potentially being loaned out and seeing what they're capable of, maybe then they might come into the first team squad. We'll have to wait and see though, but another young player getting linked with Manchester City. Now we've got another new name. Comes in the form of Ismael Bennacer, I hope that's how you say his name, of AC Milan. Now, he's been linked with Manchester City. He's a 22-year-old Algerian. PSG, apparently, they're being linked too. But he has a contract with AC Milan until 2024. And the situation is, AC Milan, they simply do not want to sell. It's going to take a big offer, basically, to be able to tempt them into bringing Bennacer, I say his name, Bennacer, to bring him to Manchester City. Of course, we've already got a great Algerian player in Riyad Mahrez, that perhaps we could have Agent Mahrez on the case, who's now flourishing at Manchester City, to be able to try and persuade his Algerian teammate to come to Manchester City. But we'll have to wait and see. Man City, though, we seem to be getting linked with lots of midfielders, but positions that we do need, like centre-back, seems to be a little bit quiet. Now, moving on, we've got another new name. There's lots of new names here. It's probably going to go on for quite some time before we start to get clarification of where City are identifying their targets in the transfer window, but it's all good fun. It comes in the form of Georgios Vagiannidis. I butchered that, I have no idea. Panathinaikos, 18-year-old right back. Just like I was saying with Academy, City looking at right backs, left backs and wingers, it seems. But apparently City, they're one of 4 players interested in the Panathinaikos man. Not seen any further details, if I'm completely honest, so I'm just wondering if City's name has potentially just been chucked out there to perhaps get some demand going from other clubs around Europe to maybe boost the price for Panathinaikos. Perhaps it's an agent thing and trying to boost wage demands from other clubs, I do not know. But other than City's name just being chucked into the mix, I don't really have much more details than that. Is kind of like a red flag for me for City potentially not bringing them in. Now, this is a really interesting story, and I would like to know your thoughts of this in the comments below. Now, The Sun, they're reporting that Kai Havertz is a target for Manchester City, currently plays for Bayer Levekusen. Now, to me, just my opinion personally, I do not see Manchester City signing him, just purely based on how much interest there is in Havertz. But I think he's a quality player, and if City could move quickly, and he wanted to join Manchester City, and that is key. If Havertz wants to sign for Man City, he must say he wants to sign for Man City only for this transfer to be doable, just purely because of how much interest there is. Bayer Leverkusen will be more than happy for a bidding war to get going, and City don't get involved in that stuff, so that's personally why I don't see this. But The Sun were reporting a fee of around £70 million to try and bring the man from Bayer Leverkusen into Manchester City. Like I said, I would like to know your thoughts of this. It's great to put Man City's name in there, like I said, to boost transfer price, to boost agent fees, to boost wage demand, stuff like that. But if there is legitimate transfer interest from Manchester City, then yeah, be quite interesting. One note, Bayern Munich are interested in bringing in Kai Havertz too. So he's a quality player. That perhaps if it's just City and Bayern Munich maybe battling together, perhaps City could say to Bayern, we'll give you Leroy Sane for a good deal if you back off. Put that one out there. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we have got a Leroy Sane update, so we're moving on to the out. And it comes, obviously, in the form of Bayern Munich. Now, the update is Bayern Munich is still way off the demand that Manchester City are looking for their value of Leroy Sane. £40 million seems to be what Bayern Munich are willing to pay. City want double that at £80 million. Liverpool's name has been chucked into the mix now, which is the update here. But Leroy Sane apparently has said, like what City need with Havertz, Leroy Sane is saying, I don't want to go anywhere else. Only place I want to go to is Bayern Munich. And so, it's quite simple. If Bayern Munich want Leroy Sane, and Leroy Sane is keen, it seems, to go to Bayern Munich, pay for him. Negotiate the price and pay for him. Going half of his value? No. that's the update we've got at the moment with Leroy Sane. Moving on, David Silva. We're not going to see too much more of David Silva, unfortunately, even when the Premier League does resume. But the good news is he is set to sign a very short-term extension to his contract, which will see his contract go beyond June 30th up to the conclusion of the Premier League, which they're hoping to have the Premier League done by July 31st. So I imagine the contract will go up to then. But of course, we've got the Champions League, which is going into August, and I imagine City will want David Silva for the Champions League campaign too. So I imagine it'll go right through to the end of the season, which will be more than likely sometime in August. But a little bit more of an update on David Silva. He has still got a contract offer there from Inter Miami, but he's also got a contract offer from a club in Qatar called Al Sadd too. So he's got a couple of interests there, where I imagine he'd be paid a lot of money from either Inter Miami or Al Sadd. I imagine that the Qatari club will probably be paying more money. That's just purely because there's a kind of like a wage cap, and America don't tend to pay as much in terms of wage for football players. And so I don't know. Previously, David Silva's been linked with moves to Japan too. So we'll have to see what the future holds for David Silva. But good news is that even if the football does resume, we will have David Silva beyond June 30th, which is good news. So there we go. That has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Got plenty more football videos, got plenty more Manchester City videos, and we've got plenty more Manchester City transfer videos and transfer news updates and all kinds of stuff coming over the coming days, weeks, and months. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on. Social media links are also in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. In particular on Twitter, I'll be retweeting sources, keeping you up to date with the latest as things happen ASAP. So worthwhile, follow me on there if you so wish. Like I said, links in the description below, and it was also popping up on screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on there. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business enquiries. And I'll see you all again for the next video. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And I'll see you very soon for that next video. Peace. Ciao for now. That video took 5 takes. 5?